Visual arts, beautiful.
Looking for fashion.
For the fashion course, beautiful.
Fashion.
2 for fashion,
Visual arts as well.
2 for visual arts, 2 for fashion, and 1 for costume. Great. All right, so we've got a couple of very esteemed fashion lecturers and principal lecturers in the room. So we're going to start the session just with a couple of questions. What are you looking forward to with your respective awards? And I'm not going to go around the room and do creeping death, so just feel free to jump out. What are you looking forward to, of course? Anything?
Meeting new people.
Meeting new people? Yep. Getting creative?
Upskilling.
Upskilling? Yep.
Jewelry making.
Expressing myself through clothing, I suppose.
So clothing, jewellery, what's your event in Viz Arts?
I just want to be able to experiment with different mediums.
Okay.
You know, wouldn't be able to otherwise.
So are you aware, let's just look at visual arts at the moment. Are you aware of the 6 studios that form part of the degree?
I had a look at them.
There's like
Yeah.
different media guys.
Yeah. So you've got ceramics on the ground floor, you've got jewellery, sculpture, painting, drawing and photography. They're the 6 studios. And as a first year, you get a taste of all of those 6 studios. And then when you get into second and third year, you can start to choose your majors, what you want to specialise in. Yeah. And in fashion design, any particular type of fashion that grabbed your interest?
Like what kind of clothing you mean?
Yeah, like a
Oh,
style.
like street clothing.
Street clothing, yeah. Yep.
I was just wondering whether the course was going to be taught through here or in the city, because I know the
Yeah.
course is kind of mixed with the TAFE and Flinders.
So the dual award is a dual degree offered through Flinders University and TAFE SA. About 90% of the course is delivered at TAFE SA in the city campus and Adelaide College of the Arts. So for fashion, it would be pretty much the Curry Street campus of TAFE. And there would be some topics delivered in the new Flinders City campus that opens next February. That's right next to the railway station.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
So-
this semester your comms is in Big Square
I think,
Thursday
Yeah.
afternoon. That's all of
Yeah.
it.
Okay.
yeah. So Flinders currently has a campus in Victoria Square. Thanks, Helen. And that continues for the rest of this year. And then from the start of next year, Vic Square closes and the new city campus opens right next to the train station.
So when it says light square in the,
Yep, that's Curry Street
that's
TAFE.
the TAFE, not
Yes.
the College of Arts.
Well,
We're all kind of under that ACR's
yeah,
address,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
as you know, you'll be in, but you are doing costume. So costume is probably the only program that is regularly in arts.
Yeah.
So we have a classroom in the arts building that is a costume dedicated room. Probably not at first.
Not for
year.
this semester.
No.
Not for this semester. Next year.
Yeah, next year.
Okay.
There is
But the
one
rest of them
person
just
probably
really-
just culture,
Yeah, you'll only be doing
which is
actual
in the part of the type building.
Is
They
that,
talk-
is that downstairs?
intake.
Yeah.
It's on the ground floor and the basement.
Yeah.
And Miranda will tell you where you're
I'll tell you when
Yeah.
Dawn's finished,
Yeah.
where we all are.
Oh, great. Thank you.
so
Sorry.
is there a particular area of fashion you're interested in?
I'm just really excited about the technical aspects of it. I love textiles and I love playing with that. I don't really have a strong direction. I just know I want to get to.
All right.
I'm pretty keen for like the one ways, just like, you know, expressing yourself through your clothing is like something that's caught me. So I'm certainly willing to learn through this.
All right. Great. And you're upskilling, aren't you?
Yes, I specialise in performance costumes and I choose not to do bridal.
Right. Okay. And I believe we've got someone online. Who's online?
Jeremy, but he can't talk.
Oh, okay. Can he send a
He can
message?
send a message.
Jeremy, welcome. Which particular dual award are you registering into?
Fashion.
Fantastic. Any particular interest in fashion, particular genre or style, area?
Not really, just wanted to study every side of fashion.
Okay, great. All right. I'm not going to ask you what are you uncertain about. I'll leave that till the end of the presentation because hopefully the session you've already been to, the general orientation session, plus this session here, we pretty much should cover everything that you need to know. And if there's anything wrapped up at the end, you can ask then. Timetables. So part of the specialty of the dual awards is that you'll be a student of Flinders and you'll be a student of TAFE at the same time. So that has features and benefits, but it also means that you'll need to register into two systems as well. So you'll need to register into Flinders and register into TAFE. There's a lot of support and help available. It says up there, if you're unsure, ask your topic coordinator. That should be ask your course coordinator. So fashion.
Yeah.
You
It can
can,
be me, and if,
Yep.
or someone, or Flinders, or an aunt Flinders.
Yeah.
So you can do it.
Probably where your details are very obvious to the
I think
community.
these guys have all got.
we have the housing quite.
But yeah, so an ask Flinders is a good place to start. Otherwise through, if you have a TAFE question, which we'll get to anyway, because if you're doing the fashion course, you're not actually doing any TAFE this semester, which makes it nice and simple.
Yep.
You're only doing Flinders. But so I'd probably for this semester for fashion, I will do an ask Flinders. And then in terms of this arts and dance, an ask Flinders as well. So it'd probably be easier.
Yeah, so next slide, s'il vous plaît. All right, so we've been through this.
Yeah.
Yep.
We went through this in the main session just then. A lot of the next one, a lot of these slides. Was there any other questions you didn't want to ask in there about getting your student ID card or
I actually couldn't make it to the
Yeah.
first one.
main session? Yeah.
Yeah.
So, no, that's okay. No, so what they spoke about was how you get your student ID card.
Yeah.
So you need to go down to Flinders Connect, which is just down here, second level of the plaza. And they'll be able to give it to you there. You also need to, what we can do is we're going to send out the recording from the main session.
Yeah.
And you can listen. It's got a lot of details about wide range.
That's the other thing I was going to ask if there was a recording.
Yeah, there
and
will
not
be.
watch.
Yeah, we can make sure that gets sent to you as well. Get that. That might be easier, but while you're here, go down and get your student ID card. Joe, the main thing right now?
Yeah, the USI, but again, that's in
USI.
the,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep. Okay. And then basically from here, it's what we just learned about everything.
So you will receive your timetable. So for those of you studying fashion, you'll only be studying Flinders topics in semester 2. I can't speak for dance or visual arts, but you will receive. Yeah.
It's like, and then one. Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. So you're going to get a university email address and you're going to get a TAFE email address. Going to come up to a slide here. So my suggestion, and you're all adults, is to forward your Flinders email onto, and you have a choice of where you forward it to. So if you've already got a Gmail or a Hotmail, or your primary email address that you use all the time, whether it's on your phone or your tablet or your laptop, it's really important that you keep up to date with your Flinders email and your TAFE email. And both emails can be forwarded. But it's the primary source of how we make contact with you, and a lot of important information will come out to you via email. So you will need to work out your preferred method of whether you're going to keep your Flinders email and just check that, or whether you want to forward it to your Hotmail, and same with your TAFE. But no one's going to do it for you. You need to drive that yourself. That's really, really important that you keep on top of your emails. Any other wise words from Joe or Helen or Miranda about that?
Read all your email.
Yeah. Yeah.
Joe will ask, as fashion and costume students,
Yep.
have you received anything from me, from Miranda?
Already?
Okay, because I've sent announcements via Canvas, which I've just been talking to the ladies out, and I was intrigued to know if they've been getting through the email process as well. And sounds like maybe they haven't.
So do you know what your Flinders email addresses are yet? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, when I created it, it actually said it automatically forwarded it to my secondary email.
Oh, okay, great.
Yeah, so, but I'll go in and check because I think the only thing I've got from you guys are the tickets for today.
All right,
That's it.
So yeah, well, I'll follow that up.
all right, good to know. Okay. If you have any problems with working out how to forward your email, please put your hand up and ask for help. So I can't stress that's really, really important because that will stay with you for the entire journey of your study, whether it's 1, 2, 3 or more years. Okay. Okay, we've done Lost on Campus.
Yeah.
A few weeks.
Yes.
I think the most important thing to remember as a new student, or if you're a student returning to study after a number of years, is seek help. Don't be afraid to ask questions because everyone who's been a new student before has asked questions and you're not going to be judged. You're not going to be penalised if you ask the same question 2 or 3 times. We'd much rather you ask for help than suffer in silence and perhaps set yourself up to fail. We don't want that. We've got all the support here that we're happy to provide to you. It's just a matter of kind of meeting us halfway and asking for that help. So for fashion, any of the topics are being delivered in Vic Square and Curry Street, is that correct? Yep.
Yeah, so and I might as well tell students, fashion and costume students,
Yep.
There's a topic that you should be enrolled in called FSHN 2000, which is art, culture, with fashion and costume. Now that one you can write down in your notes, but I will endeavour to find a way to communicate with you guys directly. We're still learning the new Canvas system, so it's a bit of there's a few little hiccups at the moment, but it will be on Monday. Every session is just one session a week. It's on Mondays in the fashion and costume program in the Curry Street campus at TAFE.
Does that start next Monday, the
And it's
24th?
next Monday, the 24th.
Okay.
And at 9 a.m. and it's in room DG09, which is
Understand. So Sector D, ground floor,
DG09.
room 9. Yeah.
And it's just the ground floor and then there's a little reception area at fashion and costume where there should be someone there behind the door if you get a little bit lost. It's a very simple. Has anyone been there? Yeah. Okay, so you're a bit familiar. But it's a fairly simple. We're on the ground floor and the basement floor. But I'll be hanging around to see some new faces to take me down to our classroom. Yeah. And it's there every week for about 13 sessions. Yeah.
Is there anything specific you want us to bring to the first session?
No. So you like it's lectures. It'll be an introduction to the topic, a lecture, and then a question time, introduction to the assessments. And then we'll slowly make our way through, and it's just a gentle kind of opening. And by then I'm hoping to have got our heads around Canvas a little bit more.
So Canvas is an online learning platform. That's the name of the learning platform that that topic will be delivered. Yeah.
And I think it's just so everyone who knows that online, it's face to face. So make sure that it even though it says that it's online, it is actually a face-to-face topic.
And
this coming semester.
Jeremy.
So Jeremy, did you catch all that about turning up next Monday, the 24th of July at the Curry Street campus of TAFE, 120 Curry Street, 9 o'clock, ground floor, Sector D, the dog. All good? And for visual arts, have you received your timetable from Greg Acklands, the principal lecturer for visual arts? Or Fiona Sherwin?
Fiona Sherwin.
Fiona Sherwin's probably contacted you, right?
Yeah, on the Flinders side, not the TAFE side.
Okay.
Yes, and he did get emails.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
He got an email.
Well, that's good. So
Yes, I think I read the emails before.
he must have got a very detailed email.
Yeah.
Because I was studying last semester. last semester, last year, I was studying at TAFE, so it was like, for me, got getting no mixed up. Because they're both out.
Oh, yeah, so,
Well, the main thing is that you know that you're here there on Monday, we can
Yeah.
put everything else out
That's good.
Yeah.
from there onwards, yeah.
so do you have classes for Biz Arts on Monday, do you know?
Yeah,
Scheduled to go in?
I mean,
That's the Flinders, yeah.
yeah, it's written down.
Okay, all right.
So there is like, yeah, there is a class in like
Nature.
academic integrity or something.
And do you
Yeah.
know where that's being delivered though?
I think that's Big Square as well.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep, okay, that sounds right, comms by 001, yep.
It's like written in there.
And I should say for fashion and costume students, because you're not doing TAFE,
Yep.
you're not restricted to which comms you choose. But our first year students who are doing TAFE are booked into the Thursday afternoon comms. But obviously you guys have got a bit more flexibility because you don't have the TAFE side, so. And also, just so sometimes it's a little bit tricky to understand how the mid-year works with fashion because you're not actually at TAFE. So the expectation is that from 2024 semester 1, you'll start your TAFE diploma, which is part of the degree, along with the new first years who'll be doing the Flinders topics that you're currently doing. So you're just basically a semester ahead of your Flinders topics.
Get a head start.
Yeah. Starting mid-year.
And your study load's sort of half.
Yeah.
Which is a nice entree in.
Has anyone had a chance to download or look at Canvas yet? I think John mentioned that that's going to. So there's an app which is fabulous. So if you go into your app store, like put it on your phones, you can just sort of find Canvas. And I did this on the weekend on that. So my daughter who's studying at Flinders told me all about it and I kind of downloaded it and there and up. All my topics popped up and it actually is a really good learning portal.
Is it Canvas Student?
Canvas Student. So of course I downloaded Canvas Teacher, but there's Canvas Students, and you may have used a similar system at school. To those of you that are fairly new out of school, if you're not, then it might be all completely new to you. But we'll all get our heads around Canvas together in the coming weeks. But it is apparently very excellent and very user friendly. And it's great that it does have an app. The previous system that we were using did it, and it was all kind of having to log on to, your laptop or whatever. So this is great.
So earlier this year, I used, when I did my technology studies, I used Flow. Is that the old one and that's kind of like been phased out?
Yes.
It's been switched across. Yep.
Lovely.
Yep.
Sweet.
It's just a different version
Yeah.
of the online learning. So are you all familiar with your Flinders authentication name, or FAN is the acronym, FAN? You'll have a FAN, which will be a series of letters followed by a series of string of numbers.
It's like your email, and it also attaches to your email as well. Have you all seen that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Perfect.
That's the way to connect with
Yeah.
Canvas. Yep. All right.
So can you only access Canvas through the app, or like, would that be through the Flinders?
No, it gets, so Flinders on, when you guys access the Opta dashboard,
Yeah.
so Canvas is on there. And there will be an authentication process for every time you log on anyway.
Yeah.
But not for the app. I think when you're in the app, it's great because it just pops up. So you don't have to go through that authentication process. But yes, of course, for a lot of your studies, you'll be using your laptops and that, and you'll get into Canvas via the Opta.
And Flow will be used any soon.
It's phasing.
It's being decommissioned this year. Yeah.
Any particular reason?
Flinders.
Canvas has better functionality.
It's just better.
More
I
recent
just tried
technology.
Flow was-
Flow is not old school Moodle learning.
When you start your TAFE next year.
You'll be back on. You'll be back on that. Ours is still old school,
Yeah.
but and I'm sure there'll be a transition maybe in the next 20 years or so.
So you'll have to work between the two systems.
True, lovely. Yeah, no, of course.
That's all part of being a 21st century student.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's right.
Yeah. All right. So is there any uncertainty in the room? Anything you're not clear on? Monday the 24th is less than a week away now, and it's an exciting time for you. We want you to be prepared and as confident as you can be, noting that it can be a little bit stressful, either returning to study or starting tertiary study. But we'd like you to experience it as a pathway, as a journey, as an enjoyable experience. So everyone is committed to you having a good time whilst learning. So any uncertainty, any questions?
Well, I'm still doing my foundation course.
Yep.
Will I still be able to come through the next week and just learn through the introduction of the course, or?
So have you received an offer into the BCO dual award? No.
Right.
Once you
Joe?
receive an offer, you
Yep.
can accept the
Right.
offer.
Yep.
And then you'll be able to enroll into the topics and then you'll be able to attend those
Yeah,
classes.
so great question. So you need to receive an offer for your course, and then being a Flinders course, you need to accept it through SATAC, and then you can enrol into your topics as you go through. Yeah.
Does anyone know what the TAFE front table looks like for the visual art course?
Like specific,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, kind of like, you know, is it 1 or 2 a week? Is it?
there was like a kind of counselling session thing at TAFE recently. Yeah, that's
Yeah, so a first year visual arts student, you'd be averaging between 3.5 to 4 days contact a week.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, for my timetable, there's like Tuesday and
Yeah.
Wednesday are 2 full days from like
Yeah.
9 till 5:30 or something.
Okay.
And then there's like Thursday morning, there's one as well.
There you go.
Because I haven't received any of like the TAFE side of it. I've only got like this one tiny thing of Flinders, so.
I would contact them because like I found that like they actually had like a problem with the Bachelor students, like they didn't do it wrong, so none of us were receiving any emails about it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would contact them definitely.
Yeah, I called them up last week and they said like just wait till next week.
Yeah.
So maybe I might just call them again.
Yeah,
Right.
you could put an ask Flinders through that they could shoot to the right people at TAFE.
Yeah, I would
Maybe
contact
actually,
Fiona
yeah.
Sherman
Yeah.
specifically.
Definitely Fiona Sherman is the person to contact. If you ring TAFE and ask to speak.
You could give her,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
if you had any.
If you can get their
Yep.
email, because sometimes the help email at TAFE is a little bit
Yeah.
polluted to
Yeah.
get to the right people.
I gave up on their email and
Yeah.
so
So it's Fiona, spelled Fiona, full stop, Sherwin, SHERWIN, and then and then one word, tafesa.edu.au. And she'll definitely be able to forward you a timetable.
thank you.
No worries, good question. All good for costume land?
Yeah, I just need to speak to Helen and Miranda separately.
Sure.
Also about a generic enrolment issue, so.
Not a problem.
Yep, Joe down the end there will be able to help you with the enrolment. Jeremy is just typing something. If
Good.
2
I
seconds,
was about
yeah.
to ask Jeremy if you had any questions.
Is there a tab or something nearby? I've got a
Just
bottle.
outside.
Just go.
There's a sink there, yeah. And there's also a bathroom just around the corner if you need it, yeah.
Thank you.
I know there's
Yeah.
certain courses that are very competitive to get into. Would there be like a certain day I would need to apply for my course or?
Are you planning to apply to start next year?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can apply at, on the SATAC website, have a read there, it will tell you where the deadlines and when it's open for. Yeah, and you can apply by SATAC, and then you hear from Flinders and they'll make you an offer. That's where you can accept your offer. Yeah, yeah.
And there'll be an information session on 16th of September at TAFE about the dual award courses. It won't show online yet because the SATAC will be open until
So,
7th.
August.
Yeah, but after the 7th, if you go and look at the courses through the TAFE website or the Flinders website, there should be, I think it goes on the Flinders calendar, doesn't it, Joe, to get information sessions?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then on the TAFE one, it'll show underneath the application button, it'll say there is an information session for this course.
And they usually start at 6.
Yeah, they usually start at 6 o'clock. I'm pretty sure it's the 16th of September. a big post-it note on my computer.
So Jeremy's just sent a question through. He's still waiting for his ID card to come. He ordered it last week because he was unable to pick it up. Does he need it next week for entrance into the TAFE building? The short answer is no, you don't need it for entrance, but you would need it for photocopying or access.
No, as you're not a TAFE student, we'll have to arrange access for you for this semester as a Flinders student, which we do with all of our BG students. So if you just remind Miranda on Monday about that, I can give you the code to register. So you actually do a TAFE registration, but it's not a fee bearing registration. It's just to be able to give you access to the photocopiers and things, which you're unlikely to need this semester anyway. But if you did want to access that, we can arrange that for you. And while I'm talking about that, for next year when you do start your TAFE, you'll be invited to come to a TAFE registration session as well, which is held in February. So, and we'll help you through your TAFE registration. And yeah, you really need to come to that one. And we usually have some Flinders people with us at that one as well, in case you need some help with your Flinders.
Is that for people starting next year?
So you're already starting TAFE doing visual arts, but the fashion and costume students don't start TAFE till next year. So they come in, just to make it even more complicated, they come in with the brand new students that have applied for a 2024 course if they've done mid-year.
Okay.
Yeah, as a visual arts student.
Not visual
Yeah.
arts. No, you're different. Yeah. Although
You'll probably still have a registration day,
Yeah.
but you would have already been in the TAFE system.
Yeah.
you still get invited to do
Okay.
your counselling again.
Sweet.
Sorry, I just, do we need TAFE student IDs as well as Flinders?
Yeah.
Yeah, so both of them?
Yeah, both.
And they'll probably sort that out for you. Fiona will
Yeah.
sort that
Or
out
you
for
go
you
to
next
the
week,
library in the city
Yeah.
campus and I'll sort that out.
which is in across the road.
Yeah, across from.
Yeah.
Now, given that the bulk of your dual award degrees will be delivered from the CBD, from TAFE and or Vic Square or the new city campus from next year, that doesn't mean you're not entitled, or you are encouraged to come up to Bedford Park to use the facilities here. So there's an on-site doctor that's free of charge here. There's counselling services available. The whole student life up here. So there's a slide up there. Please, sometimes when it's out of sight, it can be out of mind, but I would really encourage you to reap the benefits of being a dual award student, because you'll find yourself pretty much inside a TAFE campus and that's all you're going to be thinking about. But there's a whole world up here as well that you can access and get benefit from. So, yeah.
It's worth mentioning about if you sort of got confused with, struggling with and getting access plans and that sort of thing.
So there's a host of student services and counselling that's available, both from TAFE and from Flinders.
Yeah.
So
You need both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for this semester for Flinders
Yeah.
fashion.
Yeah.
But yeah, and just if you struggling with getting your work done on time because you've got various personal issues, we can give you extra time. We can give you all sorts of help, but you need to seek the advice and from one of the counsellors.
So you make an appointment with the student counsellor at TAFE, for example, and whatever your particular circumstances are, they might develop what's called an access plan, and it's a confidential document that's between you and it's normally Helen as the principal lecturer, and then that some information is shared with your particular lecturers if you need extra time for assignments or if you've got anxiety and you need to leave the room a couple of times. So all of that can be met and managed and covered, but you need to be proactive and make an appointment and discuss your issues. Please don't sit in silence and stuff like that. Yeah, good point. All right, if there's nothing further, I'll thank you for your interest. Enjoy the rest of your day. And thank you, Jeremy, for joining us online.
Thank you.